Hello, this is Type, coach of the Helsinki High Jump Kicks. It's time for the first week of Fella Season 3, and our first opponent will be Marcello, who is the coach of New England Patrats. As you may remember from the last season, we had two very close matches with Marcello, which both could have ended up as a loss for us. They were very close, and Marcello kind of choked at the end of both of those matches. But and yeah, I'm definitely expecting not an easy match this time either. But let's have a look at our teams. First of all, my own team here. As a reminder, if you didn't watch my team analysis, I have Tornadus T, Infernet, Mesprit, Whimsicott, Empoleon, Latias, Mega Diancie, Golurk, Virizion, Liepard, Rotom-Frost, and Garbodor. And Marcello has Mega Pinsir, Skarmory, Haxorus, Espeon, Blastoise, Aromatisse, Mamoswine, Rotom-Mau, Regirock, Monferno, Dragalge, and Girafarig. Marcello has a very nice team. I would say it has only one weakness, which is the lack of speed, as the Espeon is the fastest mon, reaching the speed tier of 110. However, the offensive pressure that he kinda exposes is crazy. The Mega Pinsir plus Mamoswine is a terrific core. Also from special side, things such as Specs Espeon, Specs Rotom-Mow, Dragalge, Specs or without Specs. They are pretty scary. Also he has Haxorus, a great offensive sweeper. So yeah, this is a really tough matchup for us. Also at this point I would like to thank Tom, who helped me a lot with team building. Last season it was really that I helped Tom, and Tom kinda gave some ideas for me, but more that I helped Tom perhaps. But this time Tom really did more than I did to him, actually, I would say. So huge thanks for him. What I'm expecting Marshall to bring, definitely Mega Pinsir plus Mamoswine. They do a very good job against my team. Definitely Skarmory, because it's one of the few mons that actually don't really mind about Mega Diancie in terms of setting up hazards, because it pretty much one-shots a Mega Diancie with Iron Head. Probably Blastoise and Aromatisse as more of a defensive options. I could see Espeon and Dragalge as well as Rotom-Mow being possible offensive mons. But yeah, it's really hard to say for sure that what he's gonna bring. But I'm pretty certain about Skarmory, pretty certain about Mega Pinsir and Mamoswine, pretty certain about I guess Aromatisse as well. But let's hop into my team. So, and I will also explain my nicknames. So I have first my Rotom-Frost, which is Ice Closet. Ice Closet actually is the is a straight translation from the Finnish word for refrigerator, which is in Finnish is jääkaappi, which means literally ice closet. So I have a Chuckleberry max fully defensive Rotom-Frost with Wisp, Blizzard, Pain Split, and Volt Switch. This main purpose of this mon is basically to take a close combat from a Pinsir and just fire back with either Volt Switch or Will-O-Wisp, whichever looks like a better option at that point. Most likely it will always be Volt Switch, because it will deal nice damage, and it will also allow me to bring in my Diancie, which checks Mega Pinsir 100%. HP DVs for to catch possible speed creeps, and fully defensive set to take that hits from Pinsir and also from maybe Mamoswine as well as possible. And Now next up we have our Infernape Stormfront, and really like as I said in my RBL team analysis, that I wanted to give some names after some fella guys. So here's our SFJ Infernape. Of course I didn't get a Jirachi, which would have been perfect, because SFJ apparently stands for Stormfront Jirachi, but these are Stormfront, the Infernape. It's kind of a replacement for Jirachi anyway in my team. So there's that, and it's Cover Berry, Iron Fist, Stealth Rock, Close Combat U-Turn, and Fire Blast, which this kind of spread. And Close Combat mainly for Mamoswine, and U-Turn is there for just forget Initiative, and Fire Blast is there for Pinsir and Skarmory. Fire Blast is a 2 KO. Today's Skarmory, I believe. These special attack stats are for something. I think they are actually for Pinsir, I believe. I'm not exactly sure anymore. Copa Berry is there for Pinsir, so that I can check it if I have to. I had the Shuka Berry originally for Mamo, but I decided to go with Copa Berry to check the Pinsir and be able to fire a Fire Blast to its face. Close Combat also deals damage to definitely things like Blastoise, Regirock if he brings that, and so on. And definitely Mamoswine is the most important one, unless he's a Scarf Mamo, then that's bad. But I have a check for that anyway. We'll come back to that later. My next one is my Diancie, whose main purpose is to check the Mega Pinsir. Without the Mega Pinsir, I probably would have not brought Mega Diancie. Actually, by the way, the speed stat here is to outspeed the Mega Pinsir. But Diancie, I don't need any attack to one-shot the Pinsir. Instead I have max special attack to, for example, two-shot a physically defensive Aromatisse with Moonblast, and overall to just do a lot of damage to things like Dragalge, also to do as much as possible damage to Skarmory with HP Electric. The reason I have HP Electric as my fourth move is because unlike HP Fire, HP Electric actually allows me to speed tie with a Espeon after Mega Evolving. The HP Fire actually, you can only run HP Fire with 30 speed IVs, which means that I can't speed tie with Espeon if I have HP Fire. Tiuhti is actually it's a character from Moomins. I have had Moomins related names every season so far, and I thought let's go with it. Also, I have two fairies, so Tiuhti is Diancie, and the kind of a I guess it's Tiuhti's sister in Moomins called Viuhti, which is my other fairy, which is Whimsicott. So so yeah, there's that name. Like, they aren't very big characters in that series, but I decided to name them after them. The Diancie and Whimsicott, I mean. Next up, we've got our Cheshire Cat, Liepard, and Cheshire Cat, Cheshire Cat, obviously. From that, Alice in Wonderland book slash films. I mean, books and films. You know, the character from Alice in Wonderland. Prankster, please. I believe. Right. I want Prankster, yeah, definitely. Life of Prankster, Encore, Copycat User, and T-Wave. This is my main check for Haxorus, first of all. With this attack plus Life Orb, actually, after rocks, I one-shot Haxorus with Outrage. Also, Copycat can do a lot of different fun things, such as I can Copycat Stealth Rock from Skarmory. Also with Encore I can Encore some protects if he brings things like um, Aromatics and um, maybe Blastoise with protect, things like that. So I can Encore into that, or I can Encore into Haxorus into Dragon Dance or Pinsir into Swords Dance unless it runs Faint, which is pretty likely though. I have Thunder Wave to just Thunder Wave things and U-turn to gain momentum. Next up I have Denit, my Tornadus Tyrion, and of course Tornadus was last season in Tom's team, so I decided to actually name Tornadus after Tom, so Denit is kind of a word game out of his surname. Hurricane, Grass, Not Heatwave, U-turn with Yachiberry. Yachi is there to take a hit from Mamoswine and kind of Mamoswine. I'm modest over timid because this modest nature actually allows me to one-shot Mamoswine with Grass Knot 100%. This unfortunately means that I can't outspeed Espeon, but I have to take that risk, I feel. I simply have to because Mamoswine is too big of a threat for my team. Heatwave is there mainly for Skarmory, and Hurricane of course deals damage to a lot of things. Grassnot also there for the Regirock if he brings that, and U-turn for that momentum. And the last mon in my team is Assault Vest Empoleon, and it has first of all it's max special attack speed, enough speed to outspeed Skarmory, and just 4 attacks with pretty solid coverage, I feel. This mon is here to check a lot of different special offensive threats from Marcello. It's definitely for Dragalge, also for Rotom if it so has to be. Even though this is not very optimal check to Rotom, I guess Ramadis this can check to some extent. What else did he have? He had Blastoise actually. That's Grass not for Blastoise. Hydro Pump for Espeon, and yeah, I guess Girafarig can be a slight problem, but I hope he's not gonna bring it. And to be honest, I'm pretty sure that actually Libert can check Girafarig because I don't expect any other set than Sub Baton Pass from Girafarig at all. So there's that. But yeah, this is my team, and you'll get the game right after this. I'm probably not gonna live record it, but this is the team I made for him. Hopefully this will work. This is I'm pretty prone to hacks in my opinion, but we'll see. Stay tuned. Okay, so here is the battle, and of course I forgot to say that Emperor is the nickname of my Empoleon, which of course you know means an emperor, but also it's a black metal band, so I kind of thought that majestic kind of epic sound of that band kind of fits well with Empoleon, which is pretty cool looking mon, one of my favorites definitely. So that's that, and the team preview. First of all, I can see that Marcello brought Mega Pinsir and Mega Mamos, and Mamoswine. He also brought Dragalge, so he has definitely some big threats. He did not bring Skarmory, which is great. It kind of removes a huge annoyance from me to that I don't have to deal with. I decide to lead off with my Tornadus because it can just basically U-turn out against anything. and it also can check the Mamos one if he decides to lead off with it. And he indeed does lead off with Mamos one, and this is a bit funny because I actually initially I actually built my team expecting the lead Mamos one. Then I realized, okay, he may not actually lead up with a lead Mamos one, so I had to change things a little. So I had originally a fake out close combat Infernape to deal with any kind of Mamos one. It has Sugarberry, but I decided not to run that. Instead, I have Yachiberry Tornado, so I get to fire off a Grass Knot as he goes for Icicle Grass, trying to knock me off, but I have Yachiberry, so I can leave that hit. Now I make a switch into my Infernape, taking the Ice Shard, which I'm pretty sure is going to come in, and I go for U-turn as he wants to do a little bit more chip damage to me. I get a kill with a U-turn, and he does not get rocks up, which I'm very glad about as well. I'm expecting that Mamo as a lead set had it. Now I bring in my Rotom, and he brings in the Regirock, and I didn't make any calcs, so maybe that was a bit careless of a play. However, I go for Will-O-Wisp and I miss, which sucks because now the Stone Edge brings me to a range where I have no chance of taking a close combat from a Pinsir. However, now I just decide to go for Volt Switch and make a safe switch into my Empoleon. However, there was a risk that he would go for Power Up Punch, for example. But I took the risk anyway. I go into Emperor, my Empoleon, as he goes for Iron Head, revealing that move. And I don't know, I kind of disagree with this play because he reveals an Iron Head, which lets me to be a lot more careful with that Regirock. Now I know it can check my Diancie. So I go for Hydro Pump, just hitting anything. In comes the Dragalge, and I go for I miss the Hydro as I go for next turn Ice Beam. He misses Focus Blast, and I get to kill him off with the next Ice Beam. Now this was a very kind of interesting turn of events as well, you'll see later, this might have in a way mattered, this focus miss, but not necessarily. In comes the Pinsir, and I just decide to sack my Rotom. I don't need it anymore, it can't do anything. And he actually reveals Earthquake over close combat, which is a little bit surprising to me. I think close combat would have been better against me, I think. However, he gets to knock me out with a knockoff. I bring in my Diancie, just go for safe protect, getting off my Mega as he decides to switch into Regirock, which now gets to fire off an EQ as I switch into my Empoleon, expecting the Iron Head, as he does exactly that. I get to fire off that Hydro Pump, he actually leaves and gets to fire off that big Earthquake. And now this is kind of the situation where that hacks kind of comes into play, and I want to talk about that quickly. You know, if the Focus Blast had hit me, I would have taken, if I remember correctly, about 60-70%, something like that. However, if I had hit that Will-O-Wisp to the Regirock with my Rotom, the Earthquake might have not actually killed after the Focus Blast damage. So I would say that the hacks is pretty even at this point, and it didn't end up mattering that much. I mean, it's impossible to say for sure, but that's kind of how I feel anyway. And at this point I just decide to go for Flash Cannon, hit anything hard in his team as Pinsir comes out, and I get over 50% of its health as he knocks me off. And now I decide to make a play. I see that quick attack will not KO me, so I decided to set up my rocks, because this means that not only the pincer will die to rocks, also the Regirock will being at 10% at the moment. I can bring in my my Diancie, take out the pincer, as in comes the Espeon, and I actually calced this. This was a big kind of misprep from me, or I guess not misprep. I didn't realize that Diamond Storm uninvested actually knocks out Espeon, which I think I should have noticed during team build. Well, luckily that is the case. So even though I miss my first Diamond Storm, I get to get rid of the Espeon, and also the Aromatisse can't do anything to me. I get to fire off the Diamond Storm and finish the game for me. So yeah, that that went pretty well for me. He did not really. I mean, he brought pretty much what I expected, with some variation though, but so that my own preparation could respond very well to what he brought, and thus I wasn't really forced to make any plays. I could just play it safe, and still being able to have the momentum throughout the entire match pretty much. This was a bit hacksy game, yeah, but it didn't. I don't think it really decided it to either way. I feel Marcello should have brought Skarmory over Regirock, even though with Iron Head I guess Regirock checked Diancie as well. But Regirock is more passive, because I mean, maybe not passive, but like it gets worn down more easily. That's what I'm trying to say, because it doesn't have recovery. So Skarmory being able to one-shot the Diancie anyway, I feel would have been better, and with max special defense would also be able to tank 2 HP electrics from me. But yeah, this was the first match. I'm after this first battle, I'm very happy with my team. I like it a lot. Definitely looking forward to see it do more nice things in the future. Next week I'm going to play against Leafy, who is one of our new guys, and who is one of our guys that or yeah, she's not a guy, she's a girl, but one who has no experience in draft format. So we'll see how that goes in the next week. However, this is all for today. It's Type signing out. Please stay tuned. Bye.